So, a couple of things before we start. If you're under the age of 16, make sure you have an adult with you. If you're pregnant, make sure you have something to support your head and your shoulders. And no deep twists. So, tonight we're just going to do a full body flow. We're going to energize ourselves. It's the weekend. We deserve it. We're going to get into all the corners of the bodies. We're going to probably move through transitions, not super quickly, but we're going to flow. We're going to try and flow all the movement together. So we're going to try not to pause too much. If you are new to the class, actually, even if you're not new to the class, do as much or as little as you like. Take it at your own pace. Don't worry if, sometimes in a flow class it can be a little bit, confusing if it's your first time doing yoga. Don't stress. I'm going to try and offer options. I'm not going to go super, super fast. I'm going to try and tell you guys exactly what to do in the transition. As always, though, if you have any injuries, any aches or pains, or you're not feeling well, being extra mindful of those body parts and always working within our own ability range so that we don't do an injury. Wherever we want to get to, we will get there without pushing ourselves too far and doing injuries. And as always, doing as much or as little as you would like. Make sure you've got everything around you that you need. If you need a drink of water, if you need any blocks, instead of yoga blocks, you can always use books. If you want a rolled up blanket or a bolster, maybe you've got weak knees or you've got weak wrists, maybe you want to support yourself in by putting something underneath your sit bones in seated. Whatever you need, make sure you've got it nearby so you don't interrupt your flow. But if you do need to take a break, please feel free. This is your time, it's your class. Really, really use this time however you would like. And as always, yoga is so much more than our physical asana. So if your yoga practice today is that you would like to spend the next 45 minutes lying on your back, on your mat, then by all means, be my guest. So that being said, we're going to bring ourselves on to our mats. We are going to bring ourselves to the back of our mats into a kneeling position. So if this is uncomfortable, because I know it's not in everyone's practice, it can put a little bit of pressure on the tops of your feet. Feel free to take whatever comfortable seat works for you. So Sukhasana, easy pose, that's your cross-legged. Maybe you want to take a supported hero and put like a bolster or cushion between your legs and bring your feet out on either side. Whatever works for you. Find that comfortable seat. It's absolutely not essential that you're kneeling. That's just where I'm choosing to start today. So anyone that would like to join me, please do. Wherever you are, we're going to gently engage the core and pull in the pelvic floor. We're going to lift through the chest and the spine. We're going to place our palms on our thighs or our knees. Drop the shoulders. Neck long. Hopefully my street won't be super loud tonight. Close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Expand your abdomen, send all of that air down towards the bottom of your lungs. And as you exhale, reverse the breath and pull the navel in towards the spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. So as we tune into our breath, I want you to tune out your surroundings. So filtering out anything that isn't serving you in this moment. And I want you to focus in on that breath, making sure it's evenly paced. So deep inhale, and then as you exhale, the same length of time. Filling the lungs and emptying them. And I want you to feel that breath wash through you as though it's cleansing your body. And as you exhale, it's taking with it anything that you don't want in your body, in your mind. We're just letting it all go. Maybe you want to take an imaginary broom to start to sweep any clutter from your mind. So when we are breathing, this deep, we're consciously breathing, we're thinking about our breath. It pulls us into the present moment, the now, because we are breathing now. So we let go of that intuitive breath, which is the breath that goes on in the background of our lives. It keeps us going, it keeps us alive. And we unlock the evolved part of the brain, the cerebral cortex, and what that does is it makes us feel relaxed, it makes us feel calm. So that's why people tell you to breathe deeply if you're anxious, or if you're panicking, or if you're in childbirth, or before you go to sleep. Really locking into that conscious breath activates that part of the brain. It makes us feel calm, it makes us feel relaxed, it brings us into that present moment. So as you focus in on that breath, I want you to drop the shoulders and lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. Releasing any tension in the shoulder blades. Start as well to unlock any tension in your facial features, making sure you're not furrowing the brow. You want a nice, gentle, neutral face. Start to unlock your jaw and unclench your back teeth. Pulling the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth and parting the lips. Just letting go of those key tension points we tend to subtly hold on to stress. So we're going to set ourselves an intention for the class today, and that intention is going to be gratitude. And the reason that I've chosen this intention, there are a couple of reasons. The first is that when we are grateful, actually being grateful for things in our lives and checking in with what we're grateful for can actually change how we think. So it can make us think more positively. It can actually help us start to change our brain and the way that we think about things. So if you think about 3 things that you're grateful for every day, it can really start to make a positive change. And the second reason that I've chosen gratitude today is actually because of you guys. So we're over 6 months now doing this class pretty much every single day, and I am so grateful for all of you. And I just want to put that gratitude out there and hope that we can continue these classes after the end of September. So I hope that we can manifest that tonight with our gratitude, with our good vibes. So think about what that intention means to you, that intention of gratitude. And I want you to take that through your flow tonight. Be grateful for your body, be grateful for your flow. Maybe you're grateful for things outside of your class, whatever it is. Use that grateful energy, and we're going to take it through our class today. So we're going to start to mobilize our bodies now. Starting with your neck, let's start little head rolls from shoulder to shoulder. We're going to get off our knees soon, because if you're still kneeling, you might be feeling a little bit of a tingle. So you can roll your head all the way around if you want to. And take it down to your shoulders, start to roll them up to your ears, down your spine. It doesn't have to be a regimented movement. You can really freestyle that movement. Maybe you want to take it now into your spine. Start to just move the body around. Really, really get into that spine. Maybe you want to curve the spine into a C shape, drop the chin to the chest, and then open, kind of like you're doing a cat-cow. Let's give ourselves a little twist here. We're just going to drop that right hand behind us. The left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, wherever you might be. And you're just going to look over that right shoulder and twist through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. So when we're twisting, we're compressing our organs, we're detoxifying. Gently release. When we release, we're allowing fresh blood to run through the organs. Left hand behind, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Push against that left knee and twist. So using that back arm as a support post. So spinal twists are a really nice way to release tension in the back. Gently back to center, walk the hands in front of you, bring yourself into an all fours position, and you're just going to tuck those toes under. So you're going to push the feet in the opposite direction than they've been if you were kneeling for all that time. And just feel the blood run back into your feet. It's quite satisfying. So you want to make like, if you're in it all fours, I want you to make a little kind of claw with your hand, so your palm is not completely flat. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, pull that navel in, spine flat, take a breath here. And exhale. On your inhale, we're going to drop the navel to the floor, lift the tail, lift the head. Exhale to draw the navel in, crown of the head down towards the floor. Arch like a scared cat. Inhale, hollow out the lower back. Heart center open, cow pose. And exhale, arch like a scared cat. So if you would like to continue here in your cat-cow, then please do. And if you would like to freestyle this movement, you guys know the drill by now. Get your wiggle on. Really just start to push into all the corners of your body. So just freestyling this wiggle. Get into all those little nooks and crannies, the areas that maybe need to be woken up. I'm talking hips, wrists, fingers, toes, neck, spine, shoulders, whatever it is. And maybe you just want to kind of move around like you're dancing, or maybe you have a specific body part that you really want to push this movement towards. Whatever it is, I want you to connect your breath to this movement. Keep that breath coming slow and deep. Nice and indulgent. And so maybe you want to stretch the backs of your arms, the elbows, the wrists. That's good if you're practicing arm balances. Maybe you want to drop all the way forward into your cobra pose. Release the lower back. And maybe you want to drop back into your balasana, your child's pose, reaching the arms out in front. Whatever you're doing, really take your time with this movement. Make it deep, make it indulgent. And the lovely thing about this, and I know I say this every day, I'm gonna say it again, if you ever have a day where you just don't have the time, the energy, or you're not feeling good, or you can't be bothered to do a full class, do this for a couple of minutes, first thing in the morning, before you go to bed at night. Sometimes all our body needs is that little bit of movement, that little bit of mobility, get the fluids flowing. If you do it first thing in the morning, it can just start to kind of wake you up. If you're like me and you hold on to a lot of nervous or anxious energy, maybe doing a little bit of movement before you go to bed will help you settle down to sleep. That's why I really like doing evening classes. So keeping that wiggle going. And in your own time, you're going to bring yourself back to center, back to your all fours position. Really nice. You're going to tuck that right toe under. Keep that right leg up behind you, knee bent, foot flexed. And we're just going to start to circle that right knee around. So we're going to go 5, 4, like we're stirring the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Back the other way. 1, 2, and you can get your spine involved as well if you want to. 3, 4, and 5. Really nice. Reach that right leg out behind you. Draw a straight line with the right foot, so the right foot comes in line with the left foot. Reach that left arm, reach that right arm up, and almost behind you, like you're arching the back, almost like you're getting ready for wild thing pose. Take a breath here, inhale. As you exhale slightly back to center, you're going to draw your knee in towards your elbow and reach. And then we're going to inhale in, exhale, reach. If this is too much, feel free to stay in your gate pose with your right foot on the floor and stack your shoulders, stack your arms. If you're with me here for this movement, keep it going. Knee to elbow and reach. Knee to elbow, little crunches, working the obliques and reach. And let's go 3 and reach, 2 and reach, and 1. And we're going to reach and hold. So you can hold here, you can stay in your gate pose, or you can bend the right knee, take the right hand and take hold of the right foot. Kick that right foot into your hand. Give yourself a little shoulder and back bend. We haven't done this one for a while. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Bring yourself back into that all fours position. You're going to take that right knee and you're going to Keep it bent, keep the foot flexed, tuck that left toe under and push up into a three-legged dog. So you can either keep that knee bent or you can straighten it up behind you. Try and keep those hips level. Decompressing through the spine. Pull the navel in. And what we're going to do is we're going to stir the hips here. So we're going to take that right knee. We're going to go across to the left elbow, right elbow, back to your three-legged dog. And as you come up, I want you to open the hip. And we're going to do that 3 times. So we go left, right, three-legged dog, and left, right, three-legged dog, and left, and right, three-legged dog. Last one, left, right, three-legged dog. Straighten that leg up behind you. Take a breath, and on your exhale, drawing that right knee in towards your chest, you're going to move yourself forward, plant the right foot, drop that back knee, and reach the arms up in line with your ears. Low lunge. So you can either keep that foot tucked under or you can drop it down onto the mat. Arms in line with your ears, take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to bend the left knee and straighten that right foot. Bringing yourself into your runner's lunge. We're going to get into the hamstring. So you can either here drop your hands in line with the front leg, or you can draw your palms together at your heart center and start to hinge forward at the hip. Make sure the hips are squared to the front. Make sure the spine stays straight, so we're hinging at the hip. You don't want to be curved like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Aiming always to get your belly to your thigh, not your head to your knee. So hinge here, deep breath, inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to drop the palms down the either side of that front foot. Straightening that back leg and bring yourself back into your low lunge. You're going to reach that right arm out in front, like you're pointing the fingers straight ahead. And we're going to kind of, as though we're winding the body up. So we're going to circle that right arm. And as we reach the top, I want you to start to straighten the front leg, bend the back leg. Circle the arm all the way around. And when you reach the bottom, we bend the right knee, we straighten the back leg. That right arm comes all the way out in front. So like we're winding ourselves up, we come to the top, we straighten the front leg, we bend the back leg. Maybe put your left hand on your hip if you can. Reach the bottom, we bend the right knee, we straighten the back leg. And last time around, straightening the front leg as you come to the top, circle that arm all the way around and back into that low lunge. Reach that right arm out in front, keeping those fingers reaching straight ahead. Your left hand, you're going to place it to the outside of your mat. We're taking the mat out of the equation, still reaching that right arm straight ahead. Bend the left elbow slightly. So you can stay here, or you can take that right arm and you can circle it behind you and gaze at those fingers. Or if you want to, you could pick up that back foot, take a little monkey twist, pulling that left heel in towards your bum with your right leg. Deep breath, inhale. 3, 2, and 1. Release the left foot. Take the hands both to the inside of the right foot, placing the palms flat. Tuck the left toe under and pick up your back knee, bringing yourself into your dragon pose. We're really stretching the hip flexors here. This is a great one if you're practicing splits or if you've got really tight hips or hamstrings. Good for runners. So you can hold here, or you can drop onto your forearms. Wherever you are in time with your breath, I want you to rock on that back foot to really release the hips. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everyone straightening the arms. Take a breath. Step that right leg back. High plank position. Wrists under shoulders, core engaged. Deep breath here. You can either push straight back up into your downward facing dog, or you can join me for your chaturanga, tucking your elbows in, coming down. Push forward, upward facing dog, and push back. Downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, first downward dog of the class. Spread the fingers wide. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and externally rotate the shoulder girdle.
Pulling that navel in towards your spine, maybe walking the legs out here. Maybe that's going to give you a little wiggle in the hip as well. So you always want a straight back in downward dog. A straight back is much more important than straight legs. So if you feel like your legs are straight but you have a curve in the spine, bend your knees. It's much better to have bent knees and a straight back than the other way around. Breathe in, gaze straight ahead, and you're going to drop down onto your knees. And everything we just did, we're going to do again on the other side. So take a breath, tuck that left toe under, kick the left leg up behind you, bending the knee, flexing the foot, and let's circle the hip. We go forward first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. And 5. Take that left leg out behind you. Draw a straight line with the left foot so it's in line with the right. Reach the left arm up and over. Give yourself a little back bend here as though you're coming into wild thing pose. Breathe. And as you exhale, you can either bring yourself back into your gate pose, so stacking the shoulders, bringing the arms in a straight line, bringing the left foot to the mat, or you can reach knee to elbow, and we're going to crunch those obliques. We're going to go for 5, reach, 4, and reach, 3, and reach, 2, and reach, and 1. And everyone hold. We're going to reach and hold, or you can put your foot on the mat, reach the arm up. Or if you want to go deeper still, you can bend that left knee, take hold of the left foot with the left hand, and kick that foot into your hands, so you're getting into your spine and your shoulders. And we hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bringing yourself back into that all fours position, keeping the knee lifted. Tuck that right foot under, and you're going to lift yourself up into a 3-legged dog, where you can straighten that left leg out behind you if you would like. Completely up to you. So we're just going to stir that left hip again. So we're going to take the left knee all the way across to the right elbow, the left elbow, and then back into a 3-legged dog. And I want you to open the hip as you come up. So almost like you're going to walk that foot the whole way over. Let's go again. Right, left, 3-legged dog, and right. Make it a smooth movement. 3-legged dog, and right. Left, 3-legged dog. Beautiful. Right, left, 3-legged dog. Let's go for one more. Right, left, 3-legged dog. Straighten that left leg out. You're going to take that left knee. You're going to pull it in towards your chest. We're going to plant the left foot. We're going to drop that back knee and bring yourself up into your crescent lunge, your low lunge. Keep the foot either tucked under or top of the foot on the mat. It really is completely up to you. So your low lunge, we're working our strength into our quads, front of the thighs, hamstrings, back of the thighs. We're getting into the hip flexors. Take a breath here. As you exhale, keeping your arms up, I want you to bend the back knee, straighten that front leg, flex the left foot, and draw those left toes towards your left shin. Hands can either now come down to your heart center, and you could start to hinge forward at the hips, feeling that pull on the back of the left hamstring, keep the hips squared to the front, or you can drop the hands down on either side of that front foot. If you've got bad knees, now is a really good time to pop something underneath the back knee. So we're really hinging at the hips. You're really going to feel that nice juicy hamstring stretch. Try and keep the spine straight. Try and keep the hips squared to the front. If you've got your palms at heart center, it's like a balance as well. 3, 2, and 1. Frame the front foot. Bend the left knee. Bring yourself back into that low lunge. Take the left arm and reach it out in front, pointing those fingers. Take a breath here. We're going to wind ourselves up. So that left arm is going to come all the way up and around. When you reach the top, you're going to start to straighten the left leg. Flex the left foot. The arm comes all the way around. As you reach the bottom, you start to bend the left knee. Back to your low lunge. The arms comes up and around. You reach the top. You straighten the front leg. You flex the left foot. The arm comes back and around. It reaches the bottom. You bend.
The arm comes up and around, it reaches the top, you start to straighten. Well done, everybody. Let's go for one more circle here, so the arm's coming all the way around to the front, we bend. Last time around, we straighten as we reach the top. And as we reach the bottom, we come back into that bend. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of the mat, giving our right elbow a little bit of a bend. That left arm is still reaching out in front. So you can either stay here or you can reach that left arm all the way around behind you, gazing at those left fingertips. You can also pick up that right foot with your left hand and start to draw the right heel in towards your bum. Little monkey twist. Deep breath. Remember to bend that right elbow, taking it slightly out to the side. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Drop that back knee. Circle both hands to the inside of your left foot. Tuck the right toe under. Lift the back knee. Bringing yourself into your dragon pose. So you can stay here, or you can drop down onto your forearms and take your lizard pose. Wherever you are, we're going to do 5 breaths, and we're just going to rock and turn with that breath to get into our hip flexors. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, well done, and 1. Straighten the arms, place the palms flat, and step back. High plank position. Core engaged. Either pushing straight back up into your downward dog, or tuck the elbows in, come down through chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing dog, and push back. Downward facing dog. Lovely, everybody. Take a breath. That right leg's going to come all the way up behind you, 3-legged dog. Then you're going to bend the right knee, draw it in towards the chest, and plant the right foot, dropping that back knee back into your low lunge. Arms up in line with your ears. And start to pull the elbows out to the side. So we're opening our heart center, pulling our shoulder blades together at the back. Sink into those hip flexors. Drop the arms behind you and just interlace the fingers by your bums as though you're trying to draw them down your back thigh. So you can stay here, we're stretching our shoulders, or you can get deeper into your spine and start to drop those hands down towards the mat. Wherever you are, let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently, slowly, the palms are going to come into the small of your back. Take a breath here. And we're going to reach our arms and kind of give ourselves a little hug. So we're going to cross our arms across our chest like we're trying to take hold of opposite shoulder blades. And we're going to try and do quite a difficult transition here with no arms. So you're going to tuck that back toe under, and we're going to lift ourselves up into our high lunge, really working the strength in the legs there, keeping those arms wrapped around us like we're giving ourselves a hug. Well done for doing that transition, hips under shoulders, knee above ankle. If you want to bend that back knee, please do. Take a breath, reach the arms up in line with your ears, high lunge. On your next inhale, we turn the left foot out, we send the left arm down the back of the left leg, the right arm comes up and over, reverse warrior. Nice lateral stretch down the side of our body. It's not a back bend. Deep breath here. As you exhale, we're going to do a nice transition through. We're going to windmill our hands on either side of our front foot. We're going to turn the left foot in, and we're going to step that left foot in slightly and straighten the front leg. So we're straightening both legs. Pavadhanasana, pyramid pose. So you can step that back foot in even more if you need to. Feet want to be about 1 meter to 1.5 meters apart. Trying to keep that spine straight as you hinge forward. Equal distribution of weight between the legs. Deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Try and place your palms slightly in front of the right foot. You're going to lean forward and you're going to lift that left leg up. So your body is going to start to come into a T shape. We're going to try and start to lift our body as well. So From the left foot through to our head, we want to try and make a straight line. So to do that, we're going to have to lift our hands. We can bring them to our heart center. We can bring them out in front if we have the space, or we can bring them down by our sides, streamlining them. Bring ourselves into our warrior three. Hold. 5, 4. Find a still spot to look at. 3, 2, and 1. Step back with the left foot. Arms up in line with the ears. High lunge. Exhale to drop the hands on either side of that front foot and step back. High plank position. Well done, everyone. Either pushing straight back into your downward facing, or tuck those elbows in, come down through chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing dog, and push back. Downward facing dog. Lovely, everybody. Walk those feet out. Give yourself a little bum wiggle. Take a breath. The left leg's going to come all the way up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Bend that left knee. Drawing it in towards your chest. Pull the knee forward. Plant the left foot. Drop that back knee back into your low lunge. Arms up, in line with your ears. And then we're going to take a breath and pull those elbows out to the sides. We're pulling our shoulders together. We're opening our heart center. Drop the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers behind your back. So you can stay here, or you can start to draw those hands down towards the earth. Give yourself a back bend. If it's in your practice, if it's not, then just hold where you are. Everything is perfect wherever you are. And we're going to hold for 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring your hands into the small of the back. Realign yourself. Maybe you want to lift yourself up a little more. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to hug them around us like we're trying to take hold of opposite shoulder blades. Giving ourselves that hug. Ready for the transition. Take a breath. Tuck the right toe. And lift yourself up into your high lunge. Nice strong legs. Maybe you want to step that back again slightly. Deep breath here. Reach the arms up in line with your ears. High lunge. Well done, everyone. Turn that right foot out. Send the right arm down the back of the right leg. Reach the left arm up and over your reverse warrior. All the way from hip to fingertip is a nice side bend. Try not to do a back bend or forward fold. And then we're going to do a nice transition here. We're going to windmill the arms all the way around on either side of that front foot. Turn the back foot in. Left foot facing the front. Maybe you want to step that back foot in slightly. Maybe you want to, and then we're going to straighten both legs, hip squared to the front. So try and avoid dumping too much weight in that left hip. You'll know if you're doing that because you'll feel kind of like if you put your right hand on your right hip, you're opening up as though you're about to do triangle pose. We don't want to do that. We want to keep your torso trying to glue towards your thigh, hips squared to the front, spine straight. We're trying to bring ourselves forward. Pyramid pose. Deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, everyone. Feel those nice stretches through the back of the hamstring. Keep that nice equal distribution of weight. Start to walk those hands slightly forward in front of that front foot. We're going to lift that right leg so it's in line with our hip. So our legs are kind of in an L shape. We want to keep the hips aligned. And then start to lift your body. You can come up on your fingertips. Now, if this is where you're comfortable, you can stay here. Otherwise, you're going to start to bring those hands together, either at your heart center, down by your side, or out in front. Warrior three. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step back with the right leg. Arms in line with the ears. High lunge. On your exhale, we drop the palms to the mat. Frame the front foot and step back into your high plank position. Core engaged. Either hold and push straight back up into your downward dog, or tuck the elbows in, come down through your chaturanga. Push forward into an upward facing and push back. Downward facing dog. Well done, everyone. Take a breath, bend the knees, gaze straight ahead, and step, float, or jump through to a seated position on your mat. So, bringing your feet together like palms. You guys all know this is my favorite. Baddha Konasana, your bound angle pose. We're going to try and draw the heels as close into your pelvis as possible, whilst dropping your knees open on either side of the mat. Keep your spine long, keep the shoulders down, keep that neck long. And we're going to start to open the hips gently. So pulling those heels in towards your pelvis. Keep the feet together, holding onto your toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to drop those knees open on either side of the mat. So bound angle pose, it's a really great pose. It's a good restorative pose, particularly if you do this reclined. It's great for pregnancy. If you practice this frequently throughout your pregnancy, it can help with making the pain in labor and childbirth a little less. It increases blood flow to the pelvic floor. Ladies, a good one for you. It will help with menstrual cramps. So it's a really good little all-rounder, and obviously it opens the hips. If you've got tight hips, this is a really good one for you, because it's not too intense either. We're not shoving our hips open. We're doing it very gently. We're just pushing those knees open on either side of the mat. You could take a little forward fold here as well if you want to. So if you're going to do that, you're just going to push the feet out slightly, so you're creating more of a diamond shape. Take your elbows either onto your thighs or your calves, but try and avoid putting them directly onto your knees. And you're going to just start to drop forward here, hinging at the hips. So I always say to look straight ahead until you're sure you're as deep as you want to be in the stretch, and that keeps the hinge at the hips. It keeps the spine as straight as possible. And then when you're ready, you're going to drop the face down. Deep breath in here. And exhale. If you're really deep into the stretch, feel free to reach those arms out in front as well, bringing your face to your feet. Walk the hands back into an upright position. Straighten the legs out in front, point the toes, engaging the legs. Drop the hands underneath the small of the back. And fall back onto your forearms, pushing that chest up towards the sky. Let the head roll all the way back into your fish pose. So you're on your forearms, you push the chest up, you're going to feel it in your shoulders. Point the toes, so we're just countering that bound angle pose. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Gently release the arms and peel yourself down onto the mat. Draw your knees in towards your chest, Uttanasana. Hug your knees and rock from side to side. Drop your arms out on either side of the mat, and keeping those knees a little higher than your pelvis, you're going to drop both knees all the way over to the left and gaze to the right. If that pinches your neck, feel free to look in the same direction as your knees, but if you're looking in the opposite direction, you're going to get the maximum out of that twist. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale. And then dropping the knees over to the right and gaze to the left. So finishing with a little supine twist just releases any tension. Gently bring yourself back to center. Give yourself any little wiggles you might want to do to release any last bits of energy or tension that you want to get out. And then start to straighten yourself out on the mat. Let the feet fall open, let the arms fall open. Bringing yourself into your Shavasana. So before you come into that pose, if you do want to grab anything that you might need, so cushions, blankets, socks, jumpers, drink of water, dim the lights, pop some music on, all of these are optional, but just some ideas of things you might want to grab for your relaxation. As always, if relaxation or Shavasana is not in your practice, you're very welcome to log off. I absolutely won't be offended. But I offer this little bit of insight to you guys. If you're new to yoga and the idea of lying still and quiet for 5 minutes with loads of other people is a little bit weird. I'm with you. When I first started doing yoga, I really thought the concept was strange, and then I learned to love it. And it's really how you view Shavasana. So it doesn't have to be meditation at all. It can be just peace, just 5 minutes peace, 5 minutes without your phone, 5 minutes to relax, 5 minutes to just let go. 5 minutes, I always think of it as a reward. After you've moved your body, you get a little breather, a little break, and what other workout do you get that in? So give it a go, and you know the best place to try it is in your own home, because you're not in a studio full of people, so you can't walk out whenever you want to, whereas here you can. So give it a go. If you hate it, you can always log off. So on that note, bring yourself down onto your mats, let your palms fall open, let your feet fall open, close your eyes. Pull the shoulders away from your ears and feel yourself melt down into the mat. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale. And inhale and exhale. So you're going to draw yourself back to where you were at the beginning of the class. We're going to try and filter anything that isn't serving us at this moment. Maybe you want to reach for that imaginary broom to sweep the mind clear. And then pulling yourself towards that conscious breath, pulling yourself into the moment. Try deepening that breath every time, really using the full capacity of your lungs. And then let's revisit our intention of gratitude, reminding ourselves what it means to us, and being grateful for our practice, for our bodies that are letting us move and take this practice. Grateful for this time. Grateful for the connection, even if it is over the internet. And then just think to yourself of other things that you are grateful for, however big or small. Continue to breathe and sink deeper into your mat. Start to drop those feet open. Each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees, and thighs, lightweight on the mat. All the way up to the base of your spine, feel each vertebrae unravel one by one. All the way up to your shoulders, and feel those shoulders melt down away from your ears, pulling down your spine. Arms lightweight at your side. Palms open. Fingers unravel. And finally take your attention to your neck. Feel it lengthen, feel your facial features soften. Your jaw unlock, teeth unclenched, and tongue drop down away from the roof of the mouth. Allow your breath in and out, and pull your attention down towards the chest and the abdomen. That slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. The gentle rhythm as you inhale and exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes to draw awareness back into your body. Hugging your knees in towards your chest and gently rocking from side to side to release your spine on the mat. Bring yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position, and then placing your palms in front of you and starting to lift your body, letting your head be the last thing to come up. Bring yourself back to seated. Palms on your knees. Pull your shoulders down. Let's take a nice deep breath. Inhale. When you exhale, I want you to let out a big sigh, like you're really letting everything go. And again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Pull your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me on this Saturday night. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Namaste.